And just, Minister, going back to the issue of the tensions between the South Africans and mainly African migrants, currently there's a massive protest in Diepsloot, north of Johannesburg, and I believe there has been some fatalities reported. As South Africa's top diplomat, what do you say perhaps in making sure that there is coexistence so that South Africans understand why we have migrants in this country, but also in the same vein, making sure that as a country we're able to regularize the stay of those who come to our shores? How do we address this issue of migration?
The matter of migration and ensuring we regularize administration of immigration is something that government is addressing. We have to document everybody who's in the country. I must say I admire the people of South Africa because we've never had separate communities of Africans from elsewhere living in a refugee camp. We've always allowed those who come into our country to live within the community. So we now have to address the dissatisfaction that community members have. They're feeling that they're displaced in certain sectors of the economy, particularly the leisure sector. And I think this is something that must be addressed. In the retail sector, many of our community members, and particularly young people, feel that they don't get jobs. So I do think as a government, you have to listen to the people. But you cannot tolerate violence against any person. And this is something that must be combated, because all we will do is reify the notion that we're a violent people and that we don't welcome black immigrants to our country. And so we'll be cast as being anti-African, which cannot be our posture because we are Africans. We also must work with countries from which we receive many immigrants and persuade them as well that they must strengthen their economies and create opportunities for their people. However, you're never going to stop movement. When we were repatriating in the COVID-19's worst days, we had over 300,000 South Africans out of the country. We had hundreds of thousands of foreigners here who wanted to go back to their homes. So you're not going to stop movement. What you must do is manage it properly so that the advantages of the mix that there must be between peoples is appreciated by South Africans. At the moment, many, particularly in our poor communities, see it as a negative. We have to turn that around, work at improving our own management of the process, but also work at convincing communities that it's not a negative to welcome those from elsewhere.